The Bitcoin volume is still dropping significantly while Bitcoin is in the middle of this gigantic compression phase. So we are about to be having that next move. And on today's update video, I will be explaining about where I think the next move is going to be heading towards, because right now we are seeing that the OTC desks are running out of Bitcoin. And this is a massive thing. So I will be explaining this on today's update video. I will talk more about the imminent short term, the longer time frame on Bitcoin, and many more important charts. So without any further ado, don't forget to slap that like button once again back above 1,000 likes. That will be absolutely incredible. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content. So looking at the imminent short term here on Bitcoin, we are clearly creating a downward sloping resist line, an upward sloping support line on the lower side, and basically we're seeing somewhat of a price compression here on the price action of Bitcoin. And while this is happening, the volume is dropping very rapidly, and this is a clear indication that a gigantic move is going to come for Bitcoin. First of all, it is indeed weekend, and over the course of the weekend, volumes usually tend to drop here, but usually once Bitcoin is creating sideways price action after a parabolic run towards the upside, and the volume is dropping, and we're creating a lower low, and we're creating lower highs and higher lows at the same time, it means that we're in the middle of a compression. And once Bitcoin breaks outside of this compression, which is most likely going to be happening at the end of this day or at the beginning of Monday, because right now still we are creating a CME futures gap, because right now it is weekend. Bitcoin usually tends to trade around that CME close price, and in this case the CME close price is sitting around $62,400 and so far over the course of this weekend we've traded below it. But like we know, just like we had last weekend as well, it doesn't matter where we are exactly trading while it is weekend, it all matters where we're trading at the end of the weekend, and that is usually around that CME close price. So I am really expecting, if we're not going to be moving up today, we're going to be seeing a slight little move up tomorrow on the price action of Bitcoin once again here. So still, I am extremely bullish on Bitcoin, especially due to the fundamental reasons right now here. I mean, I can go into all these charts here because Bitcoin indeed created a massive bull flag pattern, broke towards the upside, and right now potentially is creating another one, like you can see, because once again, we're consolidating sideways, and the longer this consolidation phase is actually going to be lasting, the more significant the Bitcoin breakout towards the upside is going to be, in my opinion. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that, of course, the main reason why Bitcoin has seen such a significant push towards the upside was due to the fact of these large buys from the spot Bitcoin ETF. I mean, on Friday and Thursday we saw large outflows, but we do know that currently Genesis is unloading $1.1 billion worth of Bitcoin because they went into bankruptcy and they have to be paying their customers, and that is why they need to sell off their Bitcoin out of the GBTC fund. So that is most likely the reason why we're seeing these large outflows on the GBTC right now. But still, well, in fact, this is happening because there's been so much buying going on in the last few days here. Like we know, more than $7.3 billion worth of Bitcoin is bought ever since the Bitcoin spot ETF launched. And we right now can clearly see that there's almost no Bitcoin available on OTC, which means that there are not large entities that are willing to sell off their Bitcoin over the counter. And because that is not available right now here, what BlackRock needs to do is literally buy off their Bitcoins from the market. And if they buy it off from the market, that is causing these massive pumps towards the upside. And that is what is causing these massive candles, even though we are sitting around $60,000. So this is of course quite insane to know. And as tomorrow the spot Bitcoin ETFs are going to go live trading again here, we are expecting that already tomorrow we could start to see that next squeeze happening for Bitcoin. And like I said several times before, if we were to see somewhat of a reaccumulation and somewhat of a flag pattern getting created again, that would only be more bullish for Bitcoin in the end of the day. So going even further, guys, you have to understand that Bitcoin ETFs or any ETFs or whatsoever, they don't grow overnight. It takes sometimes years for them to grow here. And this is one of the examples of the fastest growing ETFs out there in the market. It reached $37 billion in the first 5 years, and it wasn't in the first day. So some things can take years to be building up here, and I do believe it's going to be the same for Bitcoin, but already we're seeing very positive signs on the imminent short term as well. Funding rates, they remain to be extremely high on Bitcoin, which means that everyone is basically opening up long positions, not only on Bitcoin, but also on a lot of altcoins, on Dogecoin. And if you know, you know, but in the last bull market as well on Bitcoin, we clearly saw funding rates spiking significantly, and this, historically speaking, was a very good opportunity to actually entering the market. So once again, I am not necessarily panicking right now that the funding rates are spiking. It is once again a signal that we are clearly in a Bitcoin bull run. And guys, if you want to be benefiting from this breakout pattern that is about to be breaking out again, and if you want to be trading it, make sure to go to Deepcoin in the link description. That is an exchange where you can trade without any restrictions. Since a lot of exchanges are implementing restrictions, you can trade on Deepcoin without any. And guys, if you run a sign up account using the link below, you will be also eligible to be joining CopyTrade. You will be eligible to join me as a copy trader or any of these other copy traders out there in the market. So make sure to go to Deepcoin, check it out in the link description of today's video, because you will also get an insane deposit bonus. And honestly, in the bull market, trading Bitcoin is one of the most enjoyable things to do here, and it is extremely profitable because Bitcoin is just only going up here. So once again, I am looking to be opening up a new trade, and like I explained on my previous videos, but like I also tweeted about, it looks to be that the new standard for this Bitcoin bull market, that we're going to be having 20% corrections instead of like a 30 to 35% correction. So once Bitcoin is going to create a 20% correction, I will be definitely starting to be opening up new big long positions, and in this case it will be around $52,000 US. But if Bitcoin first creates another push up higher and then creates it could be a little bit different. But of course, if you are subscribed to the channel right now, I will keep you guys up to date exactly about this. And like we also know, in 52 days from now on, the Bitcoin halving is going to be here. 52 days, that is almost there. And like we know, historically speaking, every single time once the Bitcoin halving comes, we tend to see a little bit of a correction around the Bitcoin halving, because usually that is the point where the hype really dies out a little bit here. So let's see how it's going to be this time around, because it looks to be that we're already creating almost a new altcoin before the halving, which is something that has never happened before. But like I said, we're right now having that spot Bitcoin ETF, which is changing the market up significantly and potentially is also influencing it. So I will be just approaching this as a normal bull market. And like you know, from the previous bull markets, once Bitcoin breaks above the 0.786, it takes another 3 weeks before reaching all-time highs. And currently, indeed, we are about to confirm the weekly candle close, and that will be confirming the break above 0.786. And then it will take another 3 weeks towards all-time highs. And then once we break above all-time high, it takes 4 weeks to reach the first extension level, if history is an indication, because in the last 3 bull markets, it always took only 4 weeks before reaching that 1.618 extension Fibonacci level. So I will be expecting something similar is going to be happening. So I'm going to keep my eyes wide open on the Fibonacci, because the Fibonacci is one of the best tools to discover and to predict where Bitcoin is heading towards. And my ultimate bull market target is around the $176,000 US, which I would say, okay, if we reach this target, I'm going to be taking some significant profit from my portfolio. So yeah, that is my strategy right now. But of course, as time continues, I'm going to be making more dedicated videos about how I'm going to be scaling out of Bitcoin and what my strategy is going to be. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to be learning about that. And of course, guys, Ethereum is currently sitting around at 0.618. We're about to confirm the weekly candle above that level as well, which is extremely bullish. And just like Bitcoin did, it took us only 1 week to reach that 0.786, which I am expecting as well for Ethereum to do a somewhat of a comeback season. I mean, if we're right now looking and removing all the drawings on Ethereum, we are indeed approaching one of the most critical levels of resistance. So honestly, if we do break above this level, there's not much resistance left for Ethereum, and most likely we're just going to be flying up towards new all-time highs, which makes me, of course, extremely bullish. So this was it for me in today's update video. I truly hope you did learn something from it. If you did so, subscribe to the channel, slap with that like button, and see you guys back tomorrow on another update video. Peace out. Goodbye.